Hello everyone. So today, I kind of wanted to show off some of the weirder things that I had in my inventory. So we're probably going to start off with air actually, because as I've mentioned before, Japan has some really weird things just kind of sitting in its aircraft tree. Alright, good. It seems to be working now. Let's see here. Wouldn't be an air game without friendly fire. Does seem like this kind of happens always. Let's see here, and this is probably stuff. E8's putting in some work. Nice. We are unfortunately significantly higher than I'd like to be. So this thing is weird. It's an odd mix between an energy fighter and a turn fighter. So it can't handle long dives like the 109 can, or the Corsair, or the 51s. Speaking of 51. However, yep, in comes one. Rounds. Either commit. Ow. Alright, fair enough. I just didn't expect a cannon sting, so however, this thing performs really well in short dives, around less than 1,000 meters, give or take. And handles the best when performing a mix of energy fighting and turn fighting. Although, if you have to turn like at all, you're putting yourself at an incredible disadvantage. Nothing super interesting over the past couple days. However, I was flying some of the Ki-109 in my spare time, which is kind of like the Japanese version of Germany's Dock, and it's been fun flying that, even though I'm not particularly good. Just due to the dopamine that comes whenever you actually manage to land around, which I will admit can be iffy. But I think I've been getting better, so I do plan to break that out a little bit later today. Switch to ground and use some of the Ki-109 and show off some of the Chiha shotgun, because that thing is also really dirty. But I mean, beyond that, have you been at anything interesting with? Anything, of course, that you'd be comfortable sharing? Because I'm aware that, and I completely understand that people don't often want to share a lot of their personal lives, especially on the internet, which can be a fairly dangerous thing. So who are we up against? The Americans and the British. And then just pretty much the entire rest of the world against them, minus the Italians. I am interested to see if any of like the interesting British vehicles will be flying, because I suspect it's mostly just going to be your standard array of Spitfires and Lancasters. But the British do have their fair share of weird, like, Aussie equipment. That's less than ideal. There's an XP50 high. And if I'm not careful, it will absolutely destroy me.
Our victory is near.
I mean, shopping can be fun. Though I guess it does kind of depend on whether or not you mean, like, grocery shopping, or like you're just hanging out with friends and buying things. But either way, it still can be fun.
Somebody attack him.
Just kind of hoping that 51 ignores me. F6F. There's no way I'm catching that. However, I do hear another engine. Yep. Here I was, hoping the 51 would ignore me. Didn't need those. Those weren't important.
Returning to the airfield.
I am aware that 47's nearby too. This is incredibly risky. Lost the 51 in the cloud cover. Oh, I at least took the 47's wing. Hello there. The only question I have of Veronis is why are you so low, BB-238? I have no words. Why? The Ki-100 slams into the BB-238's wing for like no reason? Firebrands. British, I think. Not one that I often see. Also in PB4, suspiciously low. Like, what is up with bombers and just, you know, flying at the attack? Like, don't get me wrong, just because you're incredibly high altitude doesn't mean you're gonna be safe from, like, 109s or anything like that, but still. You have to be more safe than you are at, you know, sea level. I'm gonna try and dive here on the 109 and then throw it vertical and try and hit the 51, but I do see his buddy from Pines. Both breaking off. one's just gonna pull off. And you're just gonna go for the 0. You really should have just pulled up and off. As should I have too, because I don't think slamming into the cockpit for that 51 was particularly good for my health, if we're honest. However, 2 kills is 2 kills. That was quick. Alright. Usually, you know, you don't get loaded into a game that quickly. At least not often anyway. So I was still expecting to have time to like collect that box and whatnot. Just level off a little bit, cut my engine, because unfortunately, gone are the days in which you could just weapon the Japanese tree without any issues. Back when I first started, especially in the 0, you could kind of just sit there and hold wet for hours and not even get heat soaked. It was kind of ridiculous, funny, but ridiculous. Especially then trying to fly things like the Spitfire or anything like that afterwards. Especially in the British tree, where immediately you even think about looking at the wet and your engine just overheats and tries to kill itself. It's just... though funny, was a little bit tedious at the time. Something tells me it hasn't gotten any better since, but... what we do seem to have is a bunch of things high, which is horrifying. Honestly, the only thing I think I'm going to be able to go after is the SM91 here.
Roger that. I agree.
Because those LA5s are probably the most terrifying thing of this VR right now. Plus that I-16. Because depending on whether or not they know what they're doing, all it's going to take for them is to throw it vertical and they're going to be right on top of me. Just going to try and drop to the deck a little bit. See if I can't beat anything down with me. Because unfortunately for me, we're already kind of outside of my operational ceiling. C-205 though, if he's gonna dive, then this should be something that I can at least dive on. Critical hit. Go, dive to the deck, because I feel you. Try and throw uppercut the Spitfire here. Perfect. Now, I'm not entirely certain where that one. Okay, there's that. And the radar seems to be clear. Is that the main airfield or auxiliary? Auxiliary, good, good, good. Because for some reason that I'm not entirely certain of, Gaijin decided to remove all of the AA around the auxiliary airfield. Which means unless you're winning, you really don't want to use that one. Like, if we're honest, it's just kind of liability now to get you killed. Yeah. Yep, because there goes the I-16 on their airfield. I think the BB-1's about to share the same fate. All that's really left is that Spitfire out in the distance, and two other guys. Probably that Gear and Bomber I saw from before. That BB-1 I actually managed to kill. I'm going to RCB to the main airfield because of exactly what happened to that I-16 and BB-1. I'm good. I really don't need that Spitfire coming and gun-running me.
I agree.
And an LA5. Alrighty. I mean, honestly, depending on how far out it is, it's a ways. Never mind, it just slams into the dirt. There we go. And that was game. I was about to ask, how did I get 3 kills? Because I only remember 2 of them. The SM from the start of the game. Alrighty, Poland. I do actually really like the winter versions of this map. I just think they're prettier than the summer version, honestly. Let's see here. Pretty much everyone against the Germans and the Swedes. That is still a horrifying team comp, just due to the incredibly heavy armor that I can't pen for some reason. And Sabers. So gonna have to see how this goes. That's horrifying, thanks. I would like to avoid getting bodied by Artie just at the start of the match. That's horrifying. I just look over and there's a Panzer looking at me. Honestly, afraid I could do without. Ow. I cannot afford to slap the AP belt in, sadly. However, I would like to introduce all of you to the Japanese dock.
The victory is near.
The main advantage of this thing over at the dock is that it has a tail gunner. That's pretty much it. The downside is that if you check out those little boxes right behind the pilot, those are the fuel tanks. Meaning that if a single tracer round hits you in the fuel sludge, You're going up. Somehow this thing's actually incredibly resilient against burning to death, but my luck can only hold for so long. Too high. Perform a longer loop to try and get a visual again. Never mind. That may have been a little bit mean, but ayo. I am also aware of that AA gun back here somewhere. Okay, non-pen. Oh, that's really not good. Try and take out whatever this is. Never mind, a gun has to go. I lost visual. There it is. The only unfortunate thing is that I am a giant boat, so... Oh, you severed my tail surfaces. That's really not good. I should be able to land this. Not if I do that. Nope, that's it. I'm going down. Shame. Let's see here.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Especially because I got a couple good kills with the main cannon on that thing. That's friendly air. Was friendly air. I do have to say, it kind of seems like friendlies are just kind of allergic to pulling up. Like, I don't get it. That, or they wait way too long. That's horrifying. I don't know what's here. Sir, that was rude. I liked that track too.
The enemy is controlling most of the zones.
I'm going to attempt to throw this in revert and then head for A. There's a lot of smoke happening to my right, which is horrifying. Because no one's over there. At least no friendly. Nice and steady and quiet. Fuck. Black Panzer. Oh, I'm so good. Coughing babe. He had to have not had Panzergnath 40. Just due to the fact that he could not pen me for some reason. When he absolutely should have been able to. Game? Honestly, I'm mad in that guy's favor. Don't get me wrong, I hate that thing, but like, he should have had me dead to every right. I'm not the only one who just noticed that bleeding change very abruptly, right? Like, don't get me wrong, game. I'm aware that I'm upset for an enemy. Alright? That doesn't mean you need to go all Silent Hill on me. Like, all we need now is just throw in some fog and a tank with a pyramid on the top and we're good. Like, that is horrifying. Or just hit for more of it. Nearby. Although I have no idea from where.
The enemy controls most of the strategic.
You really shouldn't have done that, little one. And now we ride back to A.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Ah! Ow. That was rude. Sir, with all due respect, if I even get a hint of your commander's cupola... Ow. Well done. I can't say anything other than that. Like...
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, this only has 20 millimeters of pen, and I think that's even lower than the, Kenny. It is. But no, like, I can't be mad at that. Like,
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
pens are hit me correctly, like, just dead on in the area you needed to.
Let's keep the pressure on, as victory is close.
Now then, let's hopefully find him before he finds me. I would prefer to just avoid getting randomly iced without knowing what's happening. Especially because even though this is a medium tank, hello there. I don't think I've seen that thing before. At least not frequently, anyway. I know it's that thing with the little, tarp. Okay. With little racks for the tarp that you can secure a tarp to, but for some reason just doesn't have a tarp. I do think that, okay, no, actually, medium tank's still on A. Hello there. Unfortunately, you get zero sympathy from me whenever you try and use an AA gun to fight tanks. Just because it's rude. It is not nice to do. All in all, that went really well, actually. This is probably one of the most fun games I've had in a while. Even if it was a little bit one-sided. Alrighty, so I've learned something on this map. That when you start from this spawn, avoid all the tires that are in the ground. Because if you don't, the supposedly soft tires kill your momentum more than trees or like cars do for some reason. So just, you know, something to be aware of. Germans, the Brits, the Chinese, and the Swedes against the Americans, Russians, and Swedish. Italians. Just gonna kind of drop that right there. Looks like someone's already on C. I'm just hoping it's not like a locust or something that's on C itself. I did see whatever that tiny thing was. So either I am tripping or there's locust headed over here. Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, non-pen. Ow. That was less than ideal. Jeez, we're kind of getting run down. Alright. Maybe not run down, because our forces are still fairly strong. Probably close to just stalled for all their late things to get into position on us. Is this the same plan from last time? Yeah, pretty much. Is it gonna work this time? I'm not entirely certain, but I'd like to find out. I don't see or hear anything in front of me. Ow. Well, I think that's why. Nothing's hiding. Ready or where? Alrighty. Seems a little bit dramatic, but... Right, so when the turret's gone, so that Coax is dead. Shame? Don't know where that came from or who dropped it, but thank you, but no thank you. I hope you got the receipt, because I'm good. It's not really a present I'm looking for, thank you though. Let's burn out. Damn. That was horrifying. That I-15 just absolutely deleted that little panzer. With that precision too, horrifying and effective. Oh, that's okay. I really hope that's not a M30 here. I can almost guarantee it's gonna be the lead that's on this point that I'm walking up to, but
The enemy has captured most of the strategic zones.
and to make it worse too, I think, is that I have no idea where it is. I'm not entirely certain what was broken, but yeah, no, might as well fix it. So then that way I can hope for a speedy getaway. so bad. Well, I impacted, I think his loader. Unfortunately, not the guy that pulls the trigger. Although at the same time, I also think he got his round off before I did. Although, let's see now. If I can find just about anyone that would make this, oh, hello there. Saw a muzzle report, but no visual. Oh. Back on throttle. Sadly not. There he is. Okay, I have visual. Unfortunately, this is too high speed for my flaps. However... Hello there. That might have been a little bit mean. Oh, that's bad. I hear an engine. There we go. I at least got him off. Hopefully the Wellington can do something. Anything. And lucky enough for me, the cannon has so much recoil that my speed decreases by 5 kilometers every time it fires. So I can just use that as a brake. I do also have to say that this thing's the recoil rather, is a lot more manageable on this thing, on the Ki-109, than it is the dock. Don't get me wrong, I like the dock. It's derpy looking. And honestly, it just has a better cannon in the nose. However, this thing, even though it's larger, A, has a tail gunner, and B, has far better engines than the duck at least. I am admittedly just kind of hoping for something that I can come in on. Just good. There are a couple things. target. Shallow. Did injure someone in that turret, but he's not down. I'm gonna try and loop over. Never mind. To also hear you. I mean, I do hear you, but at the same time, I would also appreciate you not trying to shoot me. I do appreciate that they had a, like, at the very least, glass in the back to prevent the gunner from falling out, potentially, in the Ki-109. Because I don't think it's armored in any fashion. However, at the same time, I think the glass being there just hampers the gun's movement. Because if I understand correctly how that works, you have to rotate that entire piece of glass around the barrel before you're able to move it at all. The Americans, the Soviets, and the Italians versus the Germans, British, French, and Swedes already. Some potentially horrifying things. I'm not entirely certain what you're after there, but I mean, you do you. Now I'm just gonna try and flank down around B. Because it's a little bit odd that, like, no one came for this point, like, at all. So that's a little bit concerning. Like, I don't know whether or not most of their team's just asleep behind the wheel or using it as bait. I want to try and flank around to the side and then hit the objective from behind. Whack. Which, don't get me wrong, even though I like the weird Swedish thing, because that's effectively the like 1.0 Swedish version of the Ki V2. I'm good. I don't need to get hit with that main cannon, if we're honest. That would not feel particularly good. Although, if I get lucky, I should actually just be able to flank them over here on A. Someone's very much not happy about us. Which, I will admit, I can't clean them too much. Oh, I'm so cooked. Ow. Yeah, I love walls of bushes. And don't get me wrong, I guess technically I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because I use bushes too. But not like that. I personally feel that plastering up the front of your tank to prevent anyone from knowing what you are is just very sweaty. But like that. I mean, I don't think I was friendly petting that thing anyway, so moot point. However, pull up and off and then loop around. Just because I don't have a good angle on anything at the moment. And I hear something happening behind me. Although I will admit, oh, hello there. Okay. There you come in. Ow. Got somebody, although I am kind of hurting. Ow, rude. I would like to politely request that you cease. But I do have to say, I love this thing. Like, oh, my fuel tank took some shrapnel apparently. Not enough to do any actual damage to the fuel tank itself, just enough to slowly leak at a rate slower than I burn fuel. So, you know, that's a thing, I guess.
Attention to the map. Attack the D-point. Attention to the map. Attention to the map.
I'm just gonna belly land this because I'm being way too hot.
Enemy forces have captured the zone.
All in all, though, still a fairly soft landing, even if I did lose both my engines. Glad that I didn't have British bomber, I guess, because those or American, early American anyway, because those tiny like bubble turrets at the bottom of the aircraft. Yeah, if that thing had to belly land for any reason, it was a death sentence.
Attention to the map.
Just because there was no like Oh my god, there are so many allies in the air. Just because there was no way to get into or out of that bubble that led into the crew area, into the fuselage. So you got on, or you got in on the grounds, and then we're stuck in there until it again touched down. Which also subsequently meant you were stuck under the couple-ton aircraft in a glass bubble if it ever crashed or anything like that. I mean, you also have to be fairly short too to actually manage to get inside one of them. I think most of the guys that the US military or Air Force got to fit in those things were like 5 foot, 5'2". That's just horrifying to think about, you know? 1 second you're good, the next second, like, your engine's lost power or it's damaged and so the plane's going down. You're stuck inside a tiny glass bubble under it and just not ending pretty for anyone involved. Hey Grim. How are you doing today? Oh, this is the wrong side of the river to fight over. Oh. I hope you feel better. Yeah, no, being sick isn't fun. I mean, that one should kind of be obvious, I guess, but still. That's good. I mean, anything to keep your mind off it, right? Americans, the Brits, the Chinese, and the French. First, Germans, Russians, and Swedes. It's good seeing you too, Grim. I'm glad you're here. Apparently not. Like, at this rate, I'm just starting to think that Nightbot just doesn't like Aaron for some reason. Oh, look. That's BT7, and that thing's horrifying. Oh, hi. I'm so cooked. Hey, so then we have 2 Swedish people in chat, because if I remember correctly, ooh, Swedish too. Yeah, unfortunate. There were just so many light tanks that came around that corner, and I was in the middle of the open, so... Drop that right about there. I could be misremembering, but I believe so. It's alright, Grim. I don't mind. It's not like I'm gonna give you my, like, street address or anything like that. But I'm from the US. East Coast, to be a little bit more specific. Yeah, I was born and raised on one of the largest cities on the East Coast. So Texas barbecue is how rude. I don't know where that came from. Oh, no, I see it. I didn't see that one. Ah, tiny light tank flanking. You know, like I've only ever had Texas barbecue like once, just because there's not very many good places for that around where I live. However, it is very good and I do recommend it. I did not expect to friendly pen the Panzer there, but you know, I'm just gonna try and get out of the way so that I don't get hit by another Swedish light tank. That was entirely luck. I'm not gonna lie. I try and switch. That's burn out, but there is something in that direction apparently. Right there. I'm not entirely certain how I non-penned with heat, but I just think I'm kind of cooked. There we go. Okay, everyone in the turret's gone. Now if I can just get a little bit... That's super unfortunate. I can get Gunner back in the tank before that happens. Yeah, no, the Swedish tree is really good, and I do enjoy it, especially for some of the derpy, like, paper tanks it has in the tree, which... It is. It usually refers to either something important in the tank being taken out, or an individual crew member. Which usually disables some aspects of their vehicle. Unfortunately, because this is a light tank, or a tank destroyer that can do that, so the trade-off, and I also think it was just historically a open top. Ow. But yeah, you know, this thing's a little bit ridiculous. Most of the time, as long as I just impact anywhere on a tank, at least at this BR, yeah, that tank has a habit of disappearing. But its armor's so thin that that happens particularly often. game. Like, I don't understand why he did that inherently. Like, whether or not it accidentally severed a flight surface, or if he just given up on life. Because it is also just... I'm sorry, Doc, but I can't allow you to do what you like. I am kind of hoping it comes back in, just because it needs to be taken out. Because if not, that thing is horrifying and absolutely wrecked the entire team. I'm not entirely certain what just hit me or why it ricocheted. But there's something out there. Something with visual into our spawn too, which is bad. Texture across the river. No visual, and it is down. Critical hit. I think I only took out the commander, but still, pretty good. And the aircraft inbounds. Should probably push up with my team, try and get onto A. Oh, we have taken A, nice. Still risky though. There's friendly aircraft, although I could have sworn I heard a biplane somewhere in the air. There it is. Although I think it's Ki-109, not a biplane. I-16 down. I-15 decided he was done with life. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, in case you weren't entirely certain what I meant earlier by pilots just have an aversion to pulling up, in this game, that's what I meant. They just slammed to the ground. I don't think he was injured at all. I just think he forgot to pull up or got greedy and it was too late. Don't know which, but I'm telling you, AA guns are just way too strong. Hello there. Impact of the fuel sludge, meaning that it should burn out. Nope, kill assist. I mean, I will still absolutely take that. As long as the loss has been handled. But yeah, no, if you're also not certain about what I meant earlier by AA is just broken for no reason, that's pretty much it. I can fully pen medium and even heavy tanks, depending on the BR. Oh. Like that, like on turns faster, I have more pen, more explosive failure. It's just like ridiculous. But yeah, no, it's got a 6-round ready rack, which means that it has 6 rounds that it can fire quickly. Just double checking the reload time. 1.2 seconds. When most things, like say the Sherman with an equivalent cannon, a smaller cannon, sorry, my bad, has a 5-second reload time, like. And honestly, the only reason why I have the bushes on top is that is to protect it from fucking aircraft. Because there's a good reason this thing is prime target for Pickens. Because if you let it do it once, that's pretty much game over. Poor little 222. I mean, don't get me wrong, using it as an anti-ground vehicle means just kind of rude. However, he also got ran over. Thank you, someone just saved me. This is honestly kind of just a really bad angle to be attacking from. Someone over there. Although I can't say I know where most of the hostile ground forces are at. Just because we have so thoroughly pushed into their objective? I'm gonna try and handle this guy back here. Because if we let him run around, he's just gonna kind of destroy our backline. Who is currently supporting the front and then destroying reinforcements. Cool. Okay. And 10's already been taken care of. Doesn't mean I think we should stop pushing in this direction. You know what's kind of disappointing? I haven't even gotten a chance to fire off rounds so far. Like, every time someone just kind of like pops up and then I wait for them to get into frame. Nah, like, someone else already has them. Honestly, talk about getting carried, jeez. Hoping to catch a visual on anything moving before it manages to, you know, lob around at us. Just because there's a lot of Shermans all over the place, and if one looks at me funny, that's sadly not going to stop a 105 from absolutely destroying me. Sorry, kid. Yeah, that thing is kind of ridiculous. Even if I really didn't get a chance to use it either, like, I'd like one more chance. One more attempt to make it right. I think this might have been a mistake, because I do not recognize this map, but it looks like Sniper Alley and... And this probably is gonna be bad, like... I was almost horrified that there was a Chaffee in here, but then I remembered that this is a 3-7 lineup, so now we're at VR so far. Like, so far, nothing ridiculous, nothing out of the ordinary. Other than myself, I guess. I'm kind of weird. The tank, not me, but, you know. Both is a fair statement. Not incorrect statement. It's also going to make things hard. Finding things in the GUE too hard. Hello there. British Sherman? I mean, potentially Soviet, but for some reason I doubt it's Soviet. I do also hear something happening near me, which is terrifying. That's on target. One. There goes two. Non-pen. Yeah, this thing's ridiculous, and I still have an entire round in the ready rack, like... I'm also not gonna lie, my ready rack takes like 8 years to recover, but it doesn't really matter when it's just bang, 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 bang. Ow. Yeah, no, well done. Like, you absolutely need to get rid of me. While I'm at it, because I think I have a forward-facing 762, but I do. A P61, it's actually really cool. If I could pick one up, I probably would, if we're honest. The only problem is, though, that they were an event vehicle from years ago now. Meaning that, much like other things from that time period, it's a couple $100, and that's ridiculous and unreasonable for a digital vehicle. No idea where you are, but I see that thing. I think that's a Dicker Max. Yep, there it is. And ow! Sewer meal, not a Dicker Max. Unfortunately, I absolutely decimated myself with that too. Sticky fuse timer on that, because that's kind of important. There is a lot of hostile air up. I just don't really have anything I can do about that, sadly. Ow. Hi there. I didn't even see you. I just absolutely got destroyed by the Long 78. And something tells me I'm not going to be able to flank them, but I can at least try and mark them for friendlies. I do have to say, I kind of miss the shortstop stabilizers that the Japanese tree has. But at the same time, like, I don't think they have them at this VR either. I think it's just early. Hello there. Ow. Unfortunately, my round fell a little bit low, so let's see here. That is horrifying. I would like to request that you stop that. E7B is down. You're weird. Fortunately, I am out. I'm not really looking to burn any universe backups right now. Well, at least the point is inside the city, but I'm still not entirely certain as to why, you know, why the 1 point maps. Like, it's probably punishment because I'm playing an affront to the snail, if we're honest. Guys, I think the rock's already dead. There's no need to continue. Like, at this point, just kind of pulling the rock just seems excessive, but, you know. I can get on point right here. Ayo. If I can just kind of back up into it, that would be kind of fire. Perfect. I think this may be the definition of a rat hole. I kind of like that building, if we're honest. Get guns on, get guns on, get guns on. Bonk. I forgot how fast its reverse gear was too. So you just kind of slam through a wall, punch something, and then just immediately turn tail and run away. Like, this thing is the definition of, we didn't put any thought into balancing this. We just found some kid's doodle that said, yeah, no, it would have gone this fast with these stats. And it was like, good enough for me. Put it in the game. Charge him $30 for it. There we go, zone is under our control. There a lot of things flanking on the side. Just as long as I don't get punched from behind, I should actually be able to rock up from behind and hit a few of them. I guess not. Thankfully you're blind. And I'm oblivious, but you know, hot meat kettle, I guess. Hit? Pardon me? Seems like the team's already got that one. Now just kind of time to back up and away. There's going to be a very angry German individual coming for me. I don't blame them, if we're honest. Because this thing is just obtusely OP. Like that? I just killed, what, 3 of them in a row? Back to back? Gaijin, please fix this thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I still do have to refill my ready rack now, but that is not okay, Gaijin. Let's hustle, let's hustle, let's hustle, let's hustle. Thankfully he's blind too. Chase him down, chase him down. I don't, he's probably gonna end me. Three-inch gun carrier, okay, that thing's down. I'm just gonna back off and away now. That's just... There we go. Then we've 20 rounds left. Excuse me, sir. Oh, that's really not good. Back off. I don't know where that just came from, but that probably means it's danger close. Yep, there it is. Ow. But yeah, no, like, the sweet tree is just unfortunately stupidly OP, which, don't get me wrong, is fun, but it's just so unbalanced, which is why I say it's unfortunate, because it makes it really unfun to play against. And more times than not, a curb stomp's a play. Like, I personally am going to switch back to the Japanese tree, mostly because I want to keep hitting things with the Ki-109, just keep hitting things with that 75 mil in the nose, because that thing is a lot of fun. Although not upstartingly broken, fun. I would still like to know what's in these Japanese 7.7s that can just knock over trees. Are they 7.7s or 7.62s? I can't tell. No, I think they're 7.7s. Ow.
Enemy forces have captured that zone.
You know, I still never can figure out. I think it's meant to be a radio box. The giant trunk on the back of the turret. No idea what it actually is. Maybe spare parts? Because it's not ammunition. Probably too shallow for that Zis.
We no longer have the advantage. Attention to the map.
I'm trying to go over the hill here. It's got an impact on that 222. Yeah, I see you moving. Gonna need you to do me a favor and go ahead and pick. I meant peek, not pick, but not gonna lie, didn't expect to get bodied by that Italian thing. This honestly just now comeuppance, given what I just did in the last 2 games with the Swedish auto-loading thing. So you know, turn of play is only fair. I use extremely OP thing. I get bodied by extremely OP things. Alrighty, the Zerani is still over here. Has to be careful. I'm willing to bet that 2222 is 2. How many more times can I say 2 in a row, I guess? A lot? Is the short answer? Hello there. What do you mean hit? I'll take it. I'm fully expecting that 2222 to come back. Just come drifting around a corner max speed. Deja vu. Because it wouldn't be the first time. Definitely won't be the last time if it does happen. Alrighty, we have control of the zone, finally. I'm not entirely certain what that hostile aircraft went, although I highly doubt any of my rounds impacted. Oh, I'm so cooked. Well, at least I have enough to spawn in something anyway. Now, if I'm lucky, I won't immediately get blown out of the sky by a fighter or something. If I'm not lucky, I don't stand a chance, and this is probably going to be the last spawn in this game anyway, this match. But I have faith. Mostly due to the fact that I don't see anything. Never mind, I see something. bit too high. I can pull it into a vertical. Oh, I see you. That's really not good. Gun jammed? What do you mean gun jammed? I didn't think I held it down for that long. Oh no. Just as long as I can get... Never mind. Gunner reloaded. Problems cleaned. Alright, now I just need to make sure I don't crash upon landing, and we should be able to reload. Mostly repair is the thing I need. Just because my engine 1 has a oil leak.
The enemy will win. The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
This is probably gonna rip either my landing gear or flaps. Or neither. But I should not pull it up like that.
Get back to base.
Don't worry, I'm already there. But that would have been a little bit embarrassing for that P-36 to shoot me down. At the same time, it has American 50s, so it's actually pretty good. Even for an interwar monoplane. This is a really good map, but unfortunately we only got two points. That's a Chihakai, so what, 2, 3 so far? Anything else scary? Depending on whether or not that's the whole goal, experimental is the thing I am thinking of. This might even be a 2-7 game, which would not be great. I should still be able to hold my own. Flank around the church, try and catch up with the rest of the team. There we go. Ow! I got stuck up on. Finally managed to get AP belts. Because AP belts are super expensive, which I mean makes sense given that they have a ridiculous amount of pen. Like, they're not quite Panzergranat 40, but they're still pretty powerful. Hello there, tiny thing. Although you're not really what I'm hoping to find. I am mostly after trying to get whatever is over here on our objective. Like that. Oh. That's a Stuka inbounds. Oh, I was actually really close to that. Unfortunately, yep, nope, there I go. That is honestly just kind of that thing's biggest problem. Like, if something gets behind you, you're just kind of cooked. There's another hit. There we go. You should be cooking off now. Unfortunately, I don't think that thing has enough mass in it for me to detonate any of my rounds on it. But when I actually hit the fuselage, it kind of just immediately goes up. Nice. Oh, that's not good. There's something in our spawn area. Sorry, they love, but you can try as much as you want. Ain't gonna help ya. I hear another aircraft. Friendly though. So that one's actually on radar. that's really not good. I don't know where that came from. Oh, now I know where it came from. Nothing I can do about it though. So my gun is replaced, and by then he'll have reloaded. You with that? Okay. Of course it's Swedish.
Attention to the designated grid square. The enemy is getting closer to victory.
I think it's like right there. I'm not actually certain I'm going to be able to make it around the mountain in time. However, if I do, I should be able to do something about the Swedish thing. Hopefully, because this thing can be a little bit hit or miss sometimes. Like, I'm not entirely certain why it has so much less pen than the Hori, or the Hodo. Because the Hori is something else entirely. Like, I do understand that it's a greatly smaller explosive, but still. You... I hate the Swedes. Mostly just because of that thing. Like, it has stupid armor values. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much of my team left alive to do anything about it. Ah, you missed. Would you stop hitting my gun? I don't know where that round went. Like, it just deleted. There we go. I don't know why I sometimes have that problem where, like, I try and load in and it refuses to let me interact with anything. But unfortunately, I think it is too late for me to be able to do much. Because that guy is right about there, but he's in such a defensible position that we would need to flank him, and we just don't have the people for that. So it does seem that spawn protection is protecting the AA truck, but... Doesn't help if I whip that round, though. Yeah, I'm cooked, sadly. Alrighty. Well, we survived that somehow. Yep, there are unfortunately only 3 people left. One of the stewards is just hiding in the mountains there, so... Gun up. There goes one. Oh, I have to reload for the next year now. Fortunately, I don't know where that round came from. It hurt. It hit my engine. Orbit? Orbit. Unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do here. Like, I have a vague idea as to where these rounds are coming from. I just don't have a visual. Didn't even realize the Russians were there. Let's see here. Hopefully, we'll get a little bit better luck next time. And there we go. I do actually really like this map. Although I will be rushing more or less straight to sea, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Hopefully I'll be able to get into the Ki-109, which, you know, I'll probably have to remove the AP belts, but the AG still does really well at BR, so. Unless, you know, we get up here to 2-7. That. Don't know where it went though. There it is. BT-42, alrighty. I do hear hostile engines. I don't have visual or anything. Speaking of BT-42s, there we go. Do you also see you coming down the main road? No hit. There goes the turret. There goes what I think was the driver. That's a tree. I really don't think I need to shoot the tree, if we're honest. Something tells me we're okay on that front. That's another BT-42. That was not the gunner, that was the loader. I was about to say, okay, good, we're okay, that should allow us to take time. Nope. Accidentally hit the loader, not the gunner. That's less than ideal. What's up, boo-boo? G87, alrighty. Whack. Even though this isn't the dock, you know, still got a massive cannon in the nose. Fortunately, coming in too shallow, although I see you two. As long as I don't slam into a rock here. Well, each tracked. Perfect.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
There goes another one. Hello there. Someone doesn't like me very much, which I don't inherently blame them. But I'm decimating most of their team. My gunner's unconscious. I can only hope to leave that to my friends. Nope. Come on, come on, come on, come on. P400, you got this. I believe in you. Please. He seems to have broken off at least. Or at least he's injured. Alrighty, I'm going to RTB because if I don't, I am probably going to end up losing my tail. I'm doing well, Ulu. I've been putting in some work with the Japanese version of the dock. gotten, I think it's 2 kills so far with it. In the air, at least. Which, you know, feels pretty good. I'm hoping by the time I manage to repair and turn around, I'll be able to get a couple more. There we go. Although at this rate, by the time I actually manage to make it back to the battlefield, the game's gonna be over. Although the damage has been repaired. And now we're taking off. I mean, honestly, this thing's cannon's actually horrifyingly accurate. My biggest problem when it comes to using it, and it's not even really a problem, it's just something I have to be careful of, is that if you're not careful with your rudder to correct yourself as you're coming in, you will absolutely start drifting, which isn't good. And it can cause your rounds to fly off. But if you line up properly, you just decimate things with that 75 mil. It's not as good as the German 75 mil in the duck, which is due to the Panzer Not 40 rounds have more explosive filler, better pen, pretty much across the board. The difference, though, is that you're lighter, which is give and take, less armor, less defense, but better agility. And you actually have decent engines. Flank around to B and then see what we can do from there. Let's see here. Nice. Americans, Soviets, British versus the Germans and Swedes. Swarm of locusts are what's on B. Okay, that's kind of terrifying. Glad I'm not on the receiving end of that, if we're honest. So far, so good. I'm not seeing anything. Which, if we're honest, is how I'd rather keep it. The longer I'm out in the open here, the more likely I am to be spotted and just absolutely destroyed. Sorry, Mr. Sweetman, but... Oh. You still have people in your turret. You're actually about to tell me that... No, he's just gonna try and push me into the water. Fair enough. Well, at least he took himself out with me, but like... It's interesting. There we go. Let's see here. I did see the tiny Swedish light tank coming across the water. But I'm taking you out first. It is all the same to you. Came in way too fast there. Threw off my gun. Noted. Speed is too high. Gonna try and bring this back around. My gunner unconscious? No, it's just refusing to fire apparently. Ki-100 was very hungry for me. Gonna come in again, try and get another pass on anything if we're honest. Although this greed is probably going to cost me. All I can hope to do is manage to land around on something. Otherwise... going to seriously hurt. Unfortunately, that round just sailed clean through. I was hoping that spalling would work to my benefit, but unfortunately not. hit. Got everyone in this crew. I'm going to try and back off now, because there's a lot of hostile air up. Oh no, we're actually good. I'm gonna come around and try and... Not entirely certain what happened there. It's too shallow, clearly, but... Do you kind of need that AA to stop firing at me? But there's not really much I can do here until it stops paying attention to me, at least. That's not good. I'm RCBing now. I'm not entirely certain how I have survived so long, but now I'm just flaunting it in the face of the enemy. And actually doing really well for speed and flaps, although one has significantly more holes than the other. Honestly, it's fuel, not that's the problem. That and the fact that I'm leaking. Okay. Interesting. I mean, please, by all means, feel free to come try it. It's just, base AA is so unbelievably, like, aggressive, but you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna do anything. If you were smart, you'd kind of hang about and wait for me to try and take off and then buzz me, but... At the same time, I also understand being incredibly hungry for kills. Kinda have to respect it. I'm gonna try and come in low and fast and hit whatever is hitting our friendlies here. Let's see here. If you give me another muzzle report, you're kind of screwed. Oh, got you. What happens to my tail surfaces? That's what happens. I don't have a tail. Oh my god. Well, I'm the first ever P2. My problem is that I don't have any way to turn. Come on now. Throw center of gravity back this way. Anything? No, not at all. Because I kind of need to turn. No? Just gonna refuse to do that for me? Even though I could have sworn this would be throwing center of gravity down, I guess. Especially because I should be nose heavy, not tail heavy. Given, you know, the 75 in the nose. Game, are you good? What's happening here? This is going to be incredibly risky. There's going to be no fine control as I come in. Hell, I'm not even certain they'll let me land. And, yep, nope. Won't be the first time I've landed an aircraft like this, just going to be incredibly risky.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Allied forces have captured a zone.
I just touch down, don't hit the building. As long as I can do that. Oh, don't flip. No! Hey! Oh my god. That was incredibly risky. I am repairing. That's wild. I don't think the game's gonna last for another 10 seconds. But we landed it. The first ever maiden flight of World War II's B-2. And we repaired and you're even taking up. That is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. If I was that AA, I would be so pissed. You completely sever a tail off of a massive twin engine and they somehow managed to land it? Yeah, no, I would be livid. Because I have no idea how I touched that down. Like, had me dead to rights. It didn't matter. Good old-fashioned Nippon steel, like something aluminum folded 1,000 times to make it stronger than even, I don't know, what was it, German? I think? Bullets? I got lost for a second there, trying to figure out where I was going, because I thought I was on the south side of the map, not the north. I do have to say, I've been watching through Game of Thrones recently with a buddy of mine. Like, we've been watching it together just because we know how it's gonna end. Neither of us have seen it before, and so might as well watch a train wreck, right? Just how it goes. And I think we're like halfway through season 3. I'm not gonna talk about it, like any of the details about what happens, because even though it's an old series now, just in case, you never know. But like pretty much anytime we start to play the north side on a snowy map, that buddy I'm watching the show with, just every time he spawns, he goes, "In comes the king of the north." I'm just like, yeah, fair enough. Ow! Unfortunately, I'm cooked and I don't even know what's hitting me. Makes a lot of sense. It was a Sherman that hit me. Honestly, there's no chance of me like getting out of that or anything. Absolutely zero. Fortunately, I didn't realize we were up tiered. The good thing is that I can pan a Sherman if I hit it on the cheek. Pretty much forces the overpressure down through the top armor. I do not think I can, and I could probably pen it through the side, but I absolutely cannot firmly pen it unless I manage to hit like the gunner's port or the driver's hatch. Like, and depending on the Sherman, it might not have those. So for now, all I can do is slowly waddle my way there. So that is the only, like, unfortunate part about this gun, or this tank, is that it's super slow, which, I mean, makes sense. It's a 12 centimeter gun. It is literally a naval cannon without the, you know, strongest of engines. Non-pen, what? I am so cooked. What do you mean non-pen? I'm leaving, like... I did what I could. Luckily, the Swedish thing, I think it's Swedish, took care of it, but yeah, I just hit the two weakest points of a Sherman's armor and was like, nah, just built different. I don't care about your silly 120mm howitzer. Kind of concerned that someone might still be on C. So I will admit, I don't see anything at the moment, so hopefully we're good, but... of people's favorite spots to sit are like on the edges of C, right? Like over there towards 235, or like over there towards 160.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage. We've captured most of the strategic zones.
There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, no, might as well head towards B, see what we can do. So I don't know if there are things like attacking B, but I might as well try and help where I can. Pretty much just as long as I can avoid running into any Shermans, we'll be good. If I run into a Sherman, I might just panic, because I don't think there's anything I can do against the Sherman. Or at least a level 5 Sherman. Maybe a plain M4, like early model Sherman, I should be able to do something against. But beyond that, like, I'm just kind of cooked. Don't get me wrong, even though I'm not complaining, like, I didn't even know the Soviets were on the enemy team. A and B, okay. Worst part is too, I don't even, oh, hold on, there he goes. If I can turn my gun around and approach him from behind. I might be able to help. Ow. Unless there's still a Stewart hiding right there. There is nothing I can do. Let's see here. I do not have enough spawn points. So, you know, the default belt should be fine.
We're controlling most of the zones.
So we know where that Stewart is on B. Although there is that P400 from the looks of it protecting them. I can absolutely do a gun run on C though. Locust, okay. Come in again. This time I should actually have a good angle. Hello there, little locust. Goodbye, little locust. I am also going to try and get eyes on that Stewart that killed me from before. Ow. Ow. I would politely request that you stop. Shouldn't have ignored the AA, I guess. I'll admit that was my own fault. Let's see here. Switch the two round types.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
As long as we actually manage to make it up this hill here in a second, we should actually be able to make it to C and help cap it, because currently the game's kind of stagnated. We are still up on tickets, but what we lack right now is manpower. I'm just gonna try and drop that there. Yeah, this guy's gonna need some help. 87's down. There's a second light tank though. Never mind, Stewart's down. Lovely.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage. We've captured most of the strategic zones.
Let's see here, because there's still a lot on the enemy team. A few that are kind of just spectating, probably waiting for squad mates. Although there's still enough hanging around to be concerning. Sorry. Didn't mean to destroy your Honda Civic. Drop that right about there, assuming that AA gun's still alive.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage. Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Try and rotate towards A, because they seem to have someone there that's taking people out. If we don't, there's a good chance we could lose it. Never mind, that's game. Alrighty, well done. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today. Until then, I hope all of you have a wonderful night, evening, morning, day, wherever you may be, and I hope all of you stay safe. Bye bye, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.